Hey y'all! So I wanted to bring you guys a bar workout today. I've had so many requests from a lot of you for a bar workout, for some longer workouts. So I wanted to put together a series of exercises that I normally teach in my bar class to bring it to you guys. You can do it right at home, at the gym, wherever you may be watching this video. So for bar, obviously it's right in the name, right? There is a bar that you hold on to. Bar is inspired by ballet and dance. So it's true, and if you go to a bar class, you will see a ballet bar that everyone uses. So for me at home, I have a lot of workout stuff, but a bar is not one of them. So I'm using a dining room chair, and you can do the same as well. One thing I want to point out though for safety is that when you're holding on to the bar in class or a chair, you're not death gripping or pulling on that chair. It's just there for contact support. That's why a chair can work for this. However, if you're new and you're just trying this out, or if you're unsure, or if you just want to be on the safe side like me, I stacked a few weights in the chair just so it doesn't teeter on me, but just be very careful, of course, if you do something like this and you use your chair. I don't know, maybe you've got a kid that's doing some homework, they can sit in the chair and do their homework while you do bar, and it's a win-win. So all you'll need for this class is a chair or something sturdy to hold on to that is about waist height that you can reach. Some water, and believe it or not, a paper plate. So no, I did not leave my snack plate under there. That is actually going to be used for bar. If you have sliders or gliders, if you know what I'm talking about, you might have seen them before. You can use something like that. That's what we're going to be doing. But if not, a paper plate works just fine. So without further ado, let's get started. We're going to start with a workout. Do a few series at the bar or the chair, wherever you are, and then we're going to finish with some planks. So usually in my classes, I have an arm segment. I'm going to omit that today, but if you want to add some arms to this workout, you can check out one of my previous videos that's a short biceps and shoulders workout. So let's get started, okay? For bar, especially if you're on a slick floor, I go without socks. You definitely want to be without shoes, just so you can get that range in your ankle. We're doing a lot of stuff flat-footed and up on our toes. It's called releve. So definitely would stay away from socks. You don't want to slide around. They do make little, not shoes, but little grippy wraps that you can wear around your feet if you want to have some protection under the balls of your feet. So otherwise, barefoot works just fine, right? So we're going to start with a simple warm-up just to get some of these muscles going before we head into burning them into oblivion. So hands on the hips, we're going to start with our toes facing forward. And if you can see what I'm doing, I'm going from first position out to first position rather. So yes, there are some ballet terms thrown around in bar class, but it's not quite like a ballet class. So if you're used to ballet, you'll probably watch this and be like, that was nothing like ballet. 3, in and out. One more, we're gonna stay out in first position and we're gonna come up on our toes and down. Up, down. If you need to hold on to your bar or your chair, I'm gonna use chair since that's what I'm using, then you can reach out, but again, don't put a lot of weight on it. This is just for support. You can either touch it or not. 2 and 1. We're gonna travel a little bit out into second position. So you're gonna come, I'm going to my left, you might wanna go to your right to mirror me. We're gonna come out and do a little plie and bring it in. Out and in. Good. We'll revisit all of these moves in a few minutes. But right now, we're just warming everything up. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it together on the other side and come over. We're traveling again. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know if I'm in the camera frame right now. I hope so. Otherwise, just follow my voice. 3, 2, hold it out. We're gonna do some tiny pulses. We will pulse a lot in this class and any other bar class that you take. Tiny pulses, up an inch, down an inch. 3, 2, 1. Take that right heel and lift it off the ground and keep pulsing. You can have your hands on your hips or at heart center. And very carefully, we're going to switch to the left heel up and the right heel down. Watch me. 3, 2, 1, switch. And we're going to keep pulsing. You should feel the burn already, just a little bit. Setting in and omen for a good workout to come. We're going to switch again. Ready? 3, 2, 1, switch for shorter. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 3, 2, 1, switch. 1, 2, switch. 1, 2, singles. Lift, heel, 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 heel. If you need to reach out and hold your chair for balance, that's okay. 3, 2, 1. Hold both of those heels off the ground. Can you do it? Heels up, sink down a little lower. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. I'd say we're warm now. Reach down and touch the ground. Stretch out those hamstrings. And roll up. One vertebrae at a time. And let's keep going. So now's the time that you do probably want to hold on to your chair. And we're going to start with just some plies. So you're going to be in first position. And when you go into first position, you don't want to try to turn your feet all the way out like this. And then you don't want your feet facing forward. You want your toes, your second toe, to be in line with your kneecap. That's what will be a normal, natural feeling V for you. So we're going to start in what's called a demi-plie. So we're going like halfway down. You're going to come down in a little plie and up. And when you come up, you are squeezing everything you got on the back side. And the front side for that matter. Down and up. Down and up. We're flat-footed for now, but not for long. 4, 3, 2, 1. Take it down and pulse. Pulse. 2, 3, 4. Good. 5, 6, 7, 8. Bring it up. We pulse for 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze. Pulse for 3, 2, 1. Bring it up. Pulse and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze. One more. 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze and singles. 1, 2. We're making it to 8, and then we take it up into a releve. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We're going to come up onto our tiptoes or releve. You want those heels to be as high as you can off the ground. I have mine up pretty high right now, but if you're starting out, they may be a little closer to the ground, and that's okay. So we're going to bring our heels together so they are going to stay kissing this whole time. And we're going to go through, again, a demi-plie, halfway down, up and squeeze. Up and squeeze. Good. Again, holding on to the chair is just contact support. Don't necessarily have to have it. Although if you try that, you might feel a little shaky. 4, 3, 2, up and squeeze. Bring it down and pulse. 2. Good. Pulsing very tiny, up an inch, down an inch. Good job. 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, pulse for 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, pulse for 3, 2, 1, pulse and squeeze, pulse. Up squeeze, pulse. Up and squeeze, 2 more. You squeezing those glutes on the way up. Good job. Last one, think we did 1 extra. Good job. We're gonna come down to a full plie. Now this is gonna look different for everybody. I don't want you to come all the way down to the floor because you think you need to come all the way down to the floor. This will hurt your knees. So you're not gonna be going all the way down like that, but you wanna come down as low as comfortably possible and bring it back up. If you're hearing a lot of cracking in your knees, then you wanna take it back to that demi-plie, but we're gonna try for a full plie where we come down, up and squeeze. Nice and slow. Good. 3 more. Down, up, 2, and 1. Take it down to just the demi-plie again, and we're gonna hold. And in bar, you may notice the way that you squat, you're not squatting like you do in the gym where you're sticking your butt back. You are sliding your back almost like you're sliding down a wall. Your shoulders, your hips are in alignment, head up. You're not leaning forward with your chest. And see, we're just sitting here talking. You don't even notice that you can hardly feel your legs anymore in this hold, right? Sure. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Shake those legs out. Roll those ankles. We're gonna come out and do some moves in second position. So working those inner thighs. Gonna take 1 giant step out. The concept is the same as far as you want your knees, kneecaps, and your second toe to be in alignment. But you're gonna come down. You can hold, or you can hold hands at your hips, whichever is more comfortable for you. I like hands on the hips in second position. We're gonna come down, up and squeeze. Down, up, down, up. Good job. Down, up, down, up, down, up. Good job. 3, 2, we're gonna pulse after this last one. Come down and pulse. 2. Good job. 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, down for 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, down for 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, down for 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, 1 more, down, 2, 3, up and squeeze, singles. Supersetting these second position moves. 3, 2, and 1. Stay down, stay low. I know those quads are burning. We're gonna do a small, tiny pelvic tilt. So you're going to go take your hips back and forward, back and forward, back, forward. Like a little scoop, back, forward. It's a little movement. Don't worry about what it looks like. It works, I promise. It's worth it if it works, right? 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We have bursts next. Just 8, where you're gonna pulse down, up on your tiptoes. Down, up to tiptoes. You can hold on if you need. Up, up, up. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Let's take a second. Grab the top of your foot with your hand. Do a little quad stretch. It's always good to stretch during your exercises, before, after. Basically, more than I do. And stretch. Good job. We're going to keep going blasting those quads. They're not out of the woods yet. And we're going to start with some lunges. So I want you to face your chair or whatever you're using. We're going to go through a series of lunges to leg lifts. So we're going to start with the left foot forward. If you prefer to use right foot, if it's easier for mirroring each other, that's fine. But we're gonna do a series where we're flat-footed on the front, and then we're gonna progress to some lifts to get some glute involvement, and then we're going to take it back and do up on our tiptoes. So we're gonna have some variations. So when you do a lunge, again, you want your head, neck, and shoulders and your hips and back all in alignment. Like you got a string that's holding on to you from the ceiling. You want your posture straight. When you do your lunges, you're coming down almost like you're trying to touch your knee to the ground. If you can, great. If you can't, that's okay. Just get as low as you can and take your time with it. When you're ready, join me. Down, up, down, up. 3, 2, 1. We're going to come down and pulse. Pulse. I told you we'd pulse a lot in barre. Pulse. 3, 2, 1. And singles. Shorter set of singles. 3, 2, and 1. This is where you got to watch that chair, okay? We're going to come down into a lunge and up and lift. Lunge, up and lift. Lunge, up, lunge, up. Again, I'm not pulling on the chair. I'm almost doing everything without putting a whole lot of pressure on the chair at all. 2 and 1. Let's hold it up. Support your upper body on that chair, and we're just going to pulse. Don't lock that supporting knee out. And 3, 2, and 1. Guess what? We have to come up on our toes now. Shorter set, up and releve. We're going to go back to our singles. Down and up. 3, 2, 1. We're going to come down and pulse. Pulse. 3, 2, 1, and singles. When you're up on your toes with your front foot, it's obviously a little harder to reach the floor with your knee. On the other foot, 2 and 1. We're going to come down, bring it up. Now, if you have knee issues, this might be something you want to take flat-footed. Otherwise, try it in up on tiptoes. We're going to do some pistol squats. You keep your elevated leg high in the sky, and you're going to actually do a tiny little mini squat with your supporting leg. Whew. Shaking already. Good. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Whew. Shake it out. Fortunately or unfortunately, we have 2 legs, so we are going to get to the other side. Hopefully, your heart rate's elevated. I know mine is. It's getting harder to talk and do this at the same time. So as we keep moving quickly through these moves, your heart rate stays elevated the whole time, so you get a really good strength workout and a pretty good cardio workout as well. So we're going to come into our lunge position. Use your other foot. I'm doing my right. If you were doing your left before with me, then you'll have right foot forward. We're going to start with a flat front foot, down and up. 2 and 1. Bring it down and pulse, pulse. Good job. 3, 2, 1. Singles, up, down. Good. 2, and 1. We're gonna bring it up, and we're just gonna lightly lift. Use these glutes to lift. It's kind of like you're squeezing your glutes together so hard that that's what's making your leg lift. You're not just like kicking it around in the air. 3, 2, 1, bring it back. We've got to come up on our front foot, and we're going to go down and up. Keep that heel as high as you can get it. 3, 2, and 1. Bring it down and pulse. Pulse. 2. 3, 2, 1. Singles up. These second sets go a little bit faster because we know what's up, right? We don't have to stop, think about what we're doing and explain. We just mirror everything that we did on the other side. 3, 2, 1. We're going to come down, bring it up. If you need to step away from the chair a little bit like I do, that's fine. We're going to hold that leg up and pistol squat, down and up. 3, 2, and 1. Phew! Got some quads and some glutes involved there. You might want to cross your leg over. 1 and sit back into it. Hold on to something for this. And switch. Good job. Awesome work, you guys. Hope you're feeling it so far. We have 2 more bar type series. We've got some curtsies to do, and we have a glute focused section to do. Then we'll move on to our planks on the floor. So I can see the light at the end of the tunnel, okay? So our next series, again, hold on to something for support, but you shouldn't need it too terribly. You know, it's just for that contact support. So I'm gonna start with my right foot in front, and we're gonna do what's called a curtsy. I know you guys have seen what curtsies are because you've seen people do them to you when you walk by, right? So start with one foot crossed in front of the other, and you're just gonna do, again, another little mini squat. So you're gonna come, when you do a curtsy, it's almost like your shin of your back leg is going towards your heel of your front leg, if that makes sense. And your toes are pointing in 2 opposite directions. So you're gonna come up and onto your toes with both feet. If this is too difficult, you can be flat-footed with your front foot for these curtsies. You just don't get quite as much range of motion, but that's okay. So you're gonna come up on your toes if you can, hand on the hip, and we're gonna curtsy down and up, down and up. Good job. Down, up, down, up. It's okay to check your form. Now, what I don't want is anybody leaning over like this to check their form. If you have a mirror, this is great to set up in front of a mirror because you can really check your posture, especially if you're new to this. It may not, you might think that you're straight up and down with your posture, but may not be quite as straight as you think. So a mirror is great if you've got one. We're gonna come down and pulse, tiny pulses. My quads are shaking, y'all. 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, down for 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze, down for 3, 2, 1, up and squeeze. But if you don't have a mirror, taking little peeks to make sure that your form is right, I'd rather you do that than have an improper form and end up injuring yourself because of it. So it's all right to peek. I don't have a mirror up here, so I'm peeking all the time to make sure that I'm doing it correctly. You guys are my mirror, but it's like a one-way mirror. 2, last one. Good job. Before we switch, bring your feet next to each other. You might want to step away from your chair a little bit. You're going to come down on your elbow, not pushing, but you're going to come down lightly on your elbow, reaching overhead with your opposite arm. And we're gonna just come up and touch, or try to touch, your elbow to your knee. Just a little side crunch Get a little ab involvement. Really reach and pull. 2 and 1. We're gonna pulse for 3. You might be noticing a pattern. 2 and 1. Good job. You're gonna bring your outside leg over, give it a nice little stretch. You can reach over if you want, but again, I'm not really pulling on this chair too much. If you do have a bar in your house and it's attached to the studs of your wall, for a stretch like this, pull it on all you want. But even if you do have a bar on the wall when you're doing your exercises, you still don't want to be pulling on it too much, because then your muscles that you're intending to work aren't getting all the work. So we're going to switch feet. We'll go back to the other side of our abs in a minute. We're going to put our left foot forward if we had our right foot forward before. And we're going to come down into our curtsy again. Down and up. Good job. I've not forgotten about our paper plate exercises. We will be doing this. Do them right before we plank. 3, 2, and 1. Pulse. Tiny pulses. This is where that burn really happens. This is where that change happens, right? It's got to burn. It's not going to do anything. 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze. Pulse for 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Good job. I know you guys are doing awesome. I can see you from here. 3, 2, 1. Up and squeeze. 2 more. You got this. Last one. Up and squeeze. Good job. Now, because I'm not going to move a chair with 50 pounds in it to the other side, I'm going to do the abs from the back. So get my not better side. You're going to reach overhead, lean just slightly on your chair for support. We're going to come up and squeeze. Up, squeeze. Up, up. Really meet your elbow and your knee together. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come in for 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Good job. Keep pulsing. Don't let that leg that's holding you up, don't let that knee lock out. 2 more. Last one. Good job. Cross that outside over your inside and stretch. Little mermaid stretch. We all want to be mermaids, don't we? All right. You with me so far? We're so close. We're going to do a little glute series. So we've done a little, we kind of touched on this a little bit, but you have 2 positions that you can start this with. If you haven't done bar before, I suggest this first position where you just kind of perch on your chair. We're going to be doing some leg lifts with straight legs. We're going to be doing some tiny little micro lifts. We're going to be doing some crossing. We're going to be doing some curling. And then, of course, flat-footed and then up on releve. If you've done bar before, or you're fairly confident that you're strong in this, then you can take 1 step out and hold on to your chair like this. But again, make sure you've got the balance and the ability to hold on to this chair without pulling it over onto yourself. So you're really not using your chair a lot for your lifts like this, okay? Now, I'm going to join those that may be beginners for 2 reasons. 1, I want to show you guys, if you haven't seen this, what it looks like. And 2, I have really long legs and I'm not confident that if I stand out there that my legs are in the camera shot. So I'm just being honest. So I'm going to come up with you guys. So we're going to start flat-footed. I'm going to use my right leg behind me. I want you to point your toes. Now, quick note about the back. Because we are in this position, I don't want to see any of this. And believe me, I'll know I have like radar that goes off. So I don't want to see any of this. I don't want any like supporting yourself like this. It's just a gentle perch. Your back is straight, shoulders and hips are in alignment. And you're doing just a tiny little lift. There's not that far to go. So it is just that it's a lift. It's not a kick. You're not using momentum. You are just lifting and you are squeezing these glutes. That core is tight. Your core should be engaged the whole time. That's one way that you are able to maintain your balance without putting a lot of support into the chair, right? 2, 1, hold it here, micro lifts, tiny lifts. Imagine that you were just squeezing your glute muscles so hard that the reaction is that your leg lifts a little bit. So don't think about moving your foot, think about squeezing your backside. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to cross diagonally behind you. So you're going to cross back behind that supporting leg. I don't know if you guys can hear my neighbor's dog barking. You might hear mine barking as a reaction here soon. 3, 2, and 1. We need to come up on our toes now. If you need to place your foot down so that you can come up into a releve, that is all right. Again, keep your back straight. Nice bend. When you come up on releve, you're going to bend your supporting leg a little bit more. We're going to lift up and down, up and down. Good job. The joys of a home workout. I'm seeing all my neighbors drive by in my window. I think they can see me on my Peloton up here. It's great. Cannot beat the convenience of getting a solid workout in at home. 3, 2, 1, hold it up. Little micro lifts. Remember, squeeze your glutes. Don't worry about your foot. Your leg's gonna follow, I promise. Keep that toe pointed. 3, 2, and 1, cross diagonally behind you. Now I'm standing on my left leg and my left glute is legit on fire right now. 3, 2, and 1. Very carefully, you're going to bring your knees in together and then you're going to press up and out. Bring them down in. If it's too much to bend both knees together, then you can stay still and just bring your knee in and press it out. You don't have to bend both if you don't feel that you can, but you get a little extra work on that left side by bending both. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Take that supporting leg, cross it over. Oh my goodness. Good job, you guys. Now we got one more leg. So you're going to lean forward again. If you need to readjust your positioning, how close you are to the chair, now's the time to do it. Reset yourself up. Make sure you have your opposite leg supporting you now, or you are going to be in for one very sore leg and one less sore leg. So make sure you have a nice soft bend in that supporting leg. Reach that left leg back and point your toes and lift and lift. Again, this is an intentional perch. So you're not necessarily putting a whole lot of pressure on, but it's easy to kind of want to shrug into it. Even I'm guilty too. So just if you're in this position, just make sure if you feel yourself kind of sinking down that you just correct it. It's no big deal. 3, 2, and 1. Micro lift. Up. Squeeze. Squeeze. Squeeze that glute. I'm squeezing right here. Squeeze. Squeeze. 3, 2, and 1. We're going to tap back diagonally, up and down, up and down. I know you have to think about a lot. You have to think about what you're doing and moving with one leg, and think about The other leg that's staying still. Don't lock that knee out. 2 and 1. Reset yourself into releve on this standing leg. We're almost there. Make sure you have a nice soft bend in that supporting knee. Up and down. Now my right glute is a little angrier than the left was because the right glute did all the work and then now is supporting me. So you may notice the same with yours. 3, 2, and 1. Micro lift. Up, 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 up. 3, 2, 1. Diagonally behind you. Down and up. Whew. 2 and 1. Hold it out. Bring the knees in. Press it out. In. Press it out. Long. Press. 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 2 and 1. Oh my goodness. Cross that leg over. Shoo. Sit down into it. Good job. Oh, I apparently have met a goal on my fitness tracker. All right, we are ready for our last one because we just have not fatigued our quads enough and our glutes enough. We're gonna do a small little cardio series to use the paper plates. Now, I like using these, so definitely if you want to keep watching my upcoming videos, keep one of these handy wherever you like to exercise, because we're doing a short little series with them right now, but I like to do a lot longer with them. So they're great to do in planks too for moving your hands out. But anyway, that'll be next. So you're going to take your right leg inside the paper plate. So do not eat on this after you do this. So you're going to, I don't want to kick my chair, you're going to crouch down, kind of. So in this position, we are bending forward, kind of like you do in the gym with the bar. You are bending forward. Place your hands on your leg for support, and we're going to kick forward, side, back, and around. I'll show you, and we're going to pick up the pace quite a bit. So we're going to come forward, 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 side, back, and around, okay? So we're gonna do 12 of each, and then we kick it to the other side. All right, go with your own pace, but try to keep it as fast as you can, feeling safe and balanced, okay? Ready when you are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 to the side, out, 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 out. 4, 3, 2, 1 to the back, back, back. Woo. 4, 3, 2, and 1, and around and set. 2, 3, 4. I'm going forward. 6. Now the other way, out. Go behind and around, behind and around, behind. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. And the other side. My quads are about done. I feel like yours probably are too. So we're going to do, since I showed you how to do 4 on each and then did 12, we'll do 16 on this side so we'll even out, okay? So we're going to start forward for 16. Ready? Front. 2, 3, 4. You got it. Kind of fun, right? 4, 3, 2, 1 to the side. Out, out, out. Check your surroundings before you do this so you don't kick anything and hurt yourself. 3, 2, 1 to the back. Back, back, back. Good. 3, 2, 1, around for 8. Good. You got this. I know it probably looks a little silly, but it works. And back the other way. 2, and 1. Good job, you guys. You can kick that paper plate away if you want, but keep it for next time, okay? So let's do one more quick quad stretch, a few planks, and then congratulations, you've done more than most people do in a lifetime even. Let's grab that other leg. Good job. All right, guys, let's take it down to the floor. We have a couple planks to do. We're gonna start in a high plank. Now, if at any time during these planks you want to modify, you can do so. And this is your modified position. You still want your shoulders and your hips in line, almost like if you were gonna do a push-up, you can do this too, or you can come up into plank position. But we're just gonna hold here for just a few seconds. Make sure you're not up like this, and you don't wanna be down like this. That's another reason that a mirror can be pretty handy. Now, we're gonna try to alternate lifting your toes off the floor. If this is too much, just stay in a static plank. That's exercise enough. You're gonna try to lift and place it down. Lift and down. Alternate. Up and down. Up, down, up, down, up, down. 3, 2, and 1. Good job. We can come down, give yourself a little rest, and then we're gonna do the same thing but with our arms. Now be very careful with this. Again, if it's too much, you can be in a modified position, because next we're gonna try to reach our opposite hand out. So pick your poison if you want a full plank position or if you want a modified plank position. I do this plank with a little bit of a wider base of support because you don't want to lift your arm out and rotate to the side. See what I'm doing? Don't want that. You want to keep your core as firm as you possibly can and keep your body solid and still. So you're going to reach out. I like doing this near my chair because it kind of gives me something to reach towards. Keep that core tight. Belly button sucked in towards the spine. And by that, I just mean bracing, almost like you're about to laugh. That's what it feels like to have your core tight and braced. 2 and 1, right into a downward dog position. Good job. So we've got one more exercise in a plank position where you're gonna take, if you need to come down on the floor while I explain, that's okay. You can. You're gonna lift your right leg up in a downward dog and bring it into the chest. Up and down. Join me when you're ready. Two more. Last one. Good job. Replace it the other side. Up. Two more. Last one. Good job. Walk those feet in and roll up one vertebrae at a time. Good job. Roll those shoulders. You guys did amazing. This was a quick transitioning bar type class designed to get that heart rate up. Roll those shoulders just from being in that plank position. Reach those arms up. This definitely does not need to be the only stretching that you do after this class. Definitely recommend sitting, doing some stretching on the legs and glutes, even some more of those mermaid stretches to make sure that you're nice and loose after this. You might be sore tomorrow after taking this class, especially if this was your first one, so just be prepared for that. I think I'm gonna be sore tomorrow too because that's pretty intense. So thank you guys so much for sticking with me. I love bar, I love teaching it, I love taking it. it was the class that I really noticed the most results out of myself and my body, to be honest. So I hope you guys get the same enjoyment out of it as I do, and I definitely intend on bringing some shorter bar segments and some longer full-length classes that includes arms and a little bit of Pilates at the end of the class as well. So good job, you guys, for making it through this class. Like I mentioned before, you've already done more than what a lot of people have done in a day, a week, a month, even a lifetime. So hats off to you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again real soon. Bye.